Hi everyone, Colin Shadwell back for another video. See, I'm still making YouTube videos. I've got more of these videos planned here. I'm actually making a few right now, so there'll be one. My goal is like one a week. Hopefully we can keep that pace up because I know I've been pretty negligent with YouTube videos and I love making them. So anyway, I've switched over to using my nice Canon to shoot a lot of these videos because I like the way I can get in close and it kind of phases out the background a little bit, makes the background a little fuzzy, makes you focus on the wheel here. So on this video I'm going to make a berry bowl, which is just a bowl for berries, which is basically just a bowl with holes in it so that when you wash them off all the water gets drained out. So it's like a colander but made out of clay. So I'm starting out here by just throwing a basic cylindrical form, widening it out. You can see I've got a little wobble on the top, but little wobbles don't bother me. I'm cool with little wobbles. I can usually work them out. Your pulls, as long as you're consistent on your pulls, you can start doing things like this and stretch them out, and then you just give it the old needle tool, and you're straight again. Isn't that fantastic? So coming in now with the rib tool to smooth out the outside. You got to make sure the outside's nice and smooth because you're going to be cutting in lots of little holes here. So if you've got ridges or things that need to be cleaned up, it's going to be really hard to do once you start putting holes in this. So switching over to my big yellow plastic rib tool, I'm just going to come and stretch this guy out pretty wide so you can fit all sorts of fruit in here. Strawberries, blueberries, any berry, whatever you like. You can see this is still a little wobbly, but you can come back in, straighten it out with the old chamois, which kind of rounds over the rim, makes it nice and smooth as well. Nothing's perfect in this world, right? But you can always try to. The rib makes everything perfect. There we go. So now just kind of clean up the inside a little bit, and it's time to cut a million thousand tiny little holes. So I have a whole bunch of hole cutters, but I found this hole, which is about maybe 3 or 4 millimeters across, is a nice berry bowl hole cutter because obviously it lets the water out and doesn't let the berries out. That's the idea. If you go with my bigger ones, your blueberries might fall out of the colander, which is no good. So this is being done when it's, just before leather hard, still in that cheddar cheesy kind of clay that you have right after you've let it dry out some. So if you're finding that it's mushing through, you need to wait. So now it's time to trim this guy up, and I'm using my fantastic Giffen grip. It's really the best way. If you're going to be trimming a lot of things at once, putting those little pieces of clay on the side and hoping that they'll hold, it can just be a pain in the butt. The Giffen grip holds it down tight, holds it in, so you can trim really, really quickly. There's no setup to it. You just put it in there, twist the Giffen grip, and then you're set. So I love using it. It was definitely worth the cost, especially if you're going to be doing this a lot like I am, making a lot of pottery. It's just convenience-wise, it's just the best. So again, just coming in here, trying to make a nice little foot for the bottom of this. I'm going to put some holes in the bottom of this as well so that water can literally drain out of the bottom of this too. So trim this up to about a quarter of an inch, a little less than a quarter of an inch. Still giving some strength at the bottom. Getting here with the fine detail trimmer. Always tapping to see how thick my clay is. The sound of the tap will let you know how thick the clay is. If it's a thud, it's thick. If it's a tap, 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 it's thin. Now that that's done and smooth, I'm trying to trim up some of these little holes too. Sometimes it's nice to clean them up a little bit. Sometimes I go in both directions, but this looks pretty good. Going to get my hole cutter, coming back in as well. And just hitting some of these. You can see my thickness is just right. So anyway, here's the way I glazed it. I dipped this whole thing in PC20, which is an Amico glaze, blue rutile, and then added some indigo float on top of it. Again, I ran into some issues, and this is probably my last really attempt at trying to mix dipping and brush glazes. It doesn't really work out as well, but the color on this one turned out kind of nice. The indigo float ran a bit too far in some places, but on the inside it looks pretty good. You can see here where some of it's separated, but I like the color, and it's a nice little berry bowl. So I hope you liked watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm going to be making a lot more videos. I have some really cool plates and platters that I've been working on recently, so check back in and see what I've been making, and I'd love to hear your comments. And if you have anything that you want to request, please do so in the comments below. Thanks again for watching.